This is just a standard tooth number 14 crown design. Just wanted to share this with the team. We've got the margins were well exposed on the design. I'm logged in remotely using Splashtop, designing at my desk. Just looking, I mean, the margin looks like it's traced pretty well. Sometimes I'll just go, I don't know how much of a difference this makes really in the output, but I'll go in and make, when the lines look a little squiggly, I'll go in and redraw them. Looks like our interproximal contacts are going to be nice. So we're just going to go ahead, move along to design.
Is that not like enough?
Alright, so overall, really the initial proposal, with a nice prep, nice margins, you get a lot of times get a nice proposal. I'm going to turn the Biocopy on just to see what we had, and you can see our proposal here is a good bit smaller than the crown was before. So I'm going to turn the Biocopy down to 29%, and then let's see, we're going to go to shape anatomical, and I'm just going to fill things out to be closer to what they were before. Now I'm going to go to shape circular. I'm going to hold the right mouse button down and go up to make that larger. You can also use the menus over to the right of the screen. So even though we did biogeneric individual on this case, it is good to add a Biocopy scan, and that can help you maintain the shape and embrasures of the tooth. You know, it's not, you don't necessarily have to totally copy it, but it is a good frame of reference. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the Biocopy off. I think I generally got the outline here. I do like the embrasures. We're still on shape circular. I'm going to make that a little smaller. I'm just going to work on these areas here. I looked at the opposing tooth and I really didn't want to make any adjustments there. Again, I'm in the shape circular tool. It's interesting, when I click here I have to go drag up to make it reduce, whereas in most places I'm having to drag it down. I guess it just depends on what slope you are, what slope you're on of the cusps. So I'm going to turn the upper jaw off. I'm going to go to remove tool, and I'm at the size there, and I'm about 75% strength. Just making some single clicks. I'm going to go back to add, and then it looks like I'm going to need to turn the strength down here. Okay, so we're going to go back to remove, and here we're able to remove without overdoing it. And in this area you can see, I'm going to turn the upper jaw back on, and then look at this from the inside. Okay, I don't know how helpful that was. Alright, so we're going to go back to add. We're on 46% strength. I'm going to look down at it from the occlusal. I'm going to go now to the shape circular tool. Just drag this out to broaden the contact and close the embrasure down some. And then I'd like for this area to be a little more full. So I'm going to drag that out a little. Okay, let's see. I'd like the occlusal embrasure to be a little different, or a little. I'm going to turn off the upper jaw. And see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that embrasure more closed like that. So then I'm going to go to the middle of the red here. Put the remove tool on, make it about the size of the red area. And I prefer using single clicks to make this happen. And I'm trying to make all the yellow go away. And then in the center there, we're going to add back the green. So we're going to go to the add tool, make it about the size of the blue area, which is a light contact. And then we have just a little small spot of yellow. I'm going to take that away. And then looking at this, the distal here looks like it's going to be a little bit of a possibly below the contact and kind of an undercut. And so I went to the tool was on there. Might have been on the remove. I'm going to go to smooth. Smooth that. So now when I look at it, it looks like a better emergence from the margin to the contact. Okay. And I'm going to go back to shape anatomical. And just this mesial cusp, I'm going to bring that down a little bit. And I know this area on the mesial looks kind of dipped in, but that's how the lower cusp is shaped. I'm just going to go with it on this particular case. Alright, a little bit of over milling here. Well, more than I like. I like to have a little bit smoother, but certainly isn't going to hurt anything. So we're going to move on to manufacture. And this is reasonable. We're on a 14. Going to go to fast. What mill is loaded? Okay, so we have our Wednesday mill. That's just how we have our mills named. Fast, C14. Going to select start here. Our sprue is on the buckle, clear the margin, which is good. And we're going to, I can hear the mill starting up. The block is loaded. We'll select start. And then one thing we always do before we start milling is just take a peek at the intaglio or intaglio, depending how you pronounce it. Just make sure the margin looks smooth, and it does. Sometimes you'll see these chunks of the margin out from over milling. So we have to go back and retrace the margin or work on the prep. But I think we should be good on this case. So we have an estimated 7 minutes. If you use CEREC, you know it's going to take longer than that. So we're good to go.